Okay, let's talk about how to get into receiving mode even when you feel stuck, or especially when you feel stuck. So if you don't know what receiving mode is, it's that magical place where you feel good, you feel pretty relaxed, and good stuff happens. So many of us think that we have to like work hard and try and push in order to make things happen in our life. But if you've ever noticed, right, the best things happen when you're actually relaxed and you're in what is called receiving mode. So I used to be a NCAA Division I athlete, and I know that my very best race, right, I tried really hard. I trained really hard. I did a lot of things really hard. But I had my best races, right? The best times came, I was a runner, FYI. The best times came when I was relaxed and I was at peace and I was confident. I went in with a plan, or maybe I didn't, but I went in feeling good. I ran great and with so much more ease than all the times like I had specific strategy that had to, be executed. And anyways, I'm just saying this to you because if you don't know about receiving mode, it's kind of a big deal. It's if you live in the world of manifesting, receiving mode is what causes your manifestations to come quicker. If you don't know what I'm talking about, bear with me. You're going to love it. So the thing is, when we feel stuck, right, it tends to be because we're like, when I feel stuck, I feel like I'm banging my head up against the wall, or I'm in some sort of like an either or scenario, and either or isn't exactly what I want. Or there's negatives on both sides. And so when I need to get into receiving mode, right? Receiving mode just means like, I'm going to let the universe surprise and delight me. I'm going to release this, give it over to God, and let miracles follow. Like, clearly, I can't solve this problem with my head. So I need to relax and get into receiving mode so I can let the magic happen. So here are 3 ways I do this, because honestly, a lot of the tips that I see about how to get in receiving mode, it's like they work if you can do them. But my dogs are barking. It must be the mailman. But if you can do them, they work. The problem is, hey, guys, dogs, I'm working here. Come here. Okay, relax. So one of the ways that you can get in receiving mode, which isn't on my list, is actually to spend some time with your pet. So if you are feeling stuck or anxious or afraid, or like you can't figure something out, I'm not kidding. I'm petting my dog right now to keep her from barking. But you can do that. You can snuggle up with your dog. You can pet your cat. You can feed your fish. But spending some time with your pets is actually a really good way to get in receiving mode. Because let's be honest, pets are just unconditional love, right? They're unconditional acceptance. And that's what we need for ourselves in order to get into receiving mode. So not where I thought I was going with this video, but the barking prompted that little tip. So you got 4 tips. So here is what I do. Here are my 3 tips. When I'm feeling really stuck, meditating isn't the first thing for me to do, because I will sit and I will try too hard to meditate. I'll be like, get calm, okay, surrender, and it's just not working. So the first thing that I need to do is burn off some of that excess energy. I have to work out, I have to exercise, and I have to do more than just like a light jog. So for me, and perhaps for you, so the tip number 1 is move your body, right? Physical exertion. Now, for me, I need to work pretty hard. So when I need to get into receiving mode because I'm stuck, right? It's easy for me to get in receiving mode, but I'm not stuck. But if I'm really stuck, a good hard workout is what I need to do before anything else. So for me, that's a long, hard run. And that actually happened today. I was feeling stuck about a lot of things, and I went on a good hour run where I ran a lot faster than I normally do. And that is exactly what I needed, right? I was able to shake off some of the angst, some of the frustration, some of the like mental chatter that wasn't leaving just on an easy jog. So tip number one, move your body, and physical exertion, right? Burn off some of that icky stuff. So I'm the author of a book called Run Yourself Happy. And one of the things I say in my book, right, is sometimes you have to tire your body in order to quiet your mind. So we think that receiving mode means being gentle with ourselves and being relaxed and at peace. And it does mean that, but sometimes in order to get there, you have to tire your body, right? If you've ever done a hard yoga class, the best part is the shavasana at the end. But the reason it's so great is because you've burned all of that off, right? Because you've exerted yourself, you're able to completely surrender, relax, and receive. So tip number one, work your body. Tip number two, right, then you can meditate. Once you've burnt off the excess angst, you sort of run away from the monkey mind, then meditate. So if you don't know how to meditate, there's some, Abraham Hicks has some wonderful like YouTubes on meditation, and they're like really simple, 15 minutes, just listen to it and relax and breathe. But an even simpler way is just sit in a chair or sit on the floor, close your eyes, and pay attention to your breath. And when your mind wanders, and it will, bring it back to your breath, right? Listen to the sound of your breath. Make your breath sound like the ocean, right? Listen to the wave of the inhale that comes in and how the calm will wash over you, and listen to the sound of the exhale, right? I think about the inhale as the wave, if I'm laying on the shore, the wave coming up, and the exhale is the wave going out, and taking with it anything that I don't need to worry about. So tip number two, meditate. If you can meditate, if you may spend 15 minutes sitting there paying attention to your breath and only get like 5 seconds where you really have no thought other than your breath, your mind will wander. But eventually you'll get better and better and better at quieting your mind and living in that space in between, right? That space. I don't know about you, I get my best ideas like in that moment between awake and sleep, right? And so meditating is that you're living in that space in between. Your mind is quiet and you're able to connect with the truth of who you really are, the bigness, the expansiveness of who and what you really are. So meditating, tip number two, to get into receiving mode. And tip number three is, this is for a time, you can do it after you meditate for sure, but this is for a time when sometimes I'll switch the meditating and this next thing, which is look for anything to appreciate. So sometimes I don't feel like meditating, or if I sit and close my eyes to meditate, my mind just wanders and like it just keeps going, right? And if I'm not able to just go out on a run in that very minute, I can shift my focus. I can look for something, anything to appreciate. Look for something to be grateful for. And when you do that, something else to be grateful for will follow, and then something else and something else and something else. And if you get really great at it, right? So one of the things that I like to do is write if there's something that I really want to be in my life, I will write myself a letter. Say I want something to happen in the next year. I will write myself a letter for a year from now. And this letter from the space of appreciation at all the miracles that happened that caused this thing to show up in my life. So those are your 3 tips. 1, work off that physical energy, right? If you've got stuff going on, get it out of your body. 2, meditate. Make it a habit. You'll get better at it the more you do it. And it'll come to be something that's like a glass of water when you're really thirsty, right? You'll notice if you haven't done it in a while, you'll be able to get back to it and find your center. And that meditating is a quick way to get in receiving mode. And then tip number 3 is go on a rampage of appreciation, right? Find things to appreciate. Look for them. And as you find one thing, more will follow. Because guess what? Appreciating is a fast way to get into receiving mode. So hope you found this helpful. If you would like, I have a free, it's a free meditation for you that might be just the perfect thing. You can get it at carrieroldan.com/future self. And it's a great way to do that third thing, right? To get into that space of years from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, whenever, when what you want has manifested. So hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next time.